Today is training number 237. Think about this. Not only morning motivation, but 237 business training. That is a lot of trainings, right? Like 237 weeks of doing these trainings, teaching you guys how to create that success. And today, the topic title for today I want to give to you guys is achieving your goals. Go ahead and write that down, achieving your goals. If you guys have achieved your goals, put a 111 inside the chat. There should be very few because here we are, we're in April. I haven't achieved all my goals yet, but guess what? I'm on my way and I'm super excited to be able to cover this with you. Let me go ahead and do a share screen for anyone who's on the social media right now. Go ahead right now to my Instagram and request from today the PDF as well as the training. I'm going to make sure and get that to you. 7 steps to reach your goals. Goal setting is something I've done since I was very, very young. And I really believe that I'm where I'm at today because I had goals. Not only because, relationship with God and those kind of things, but also setting goals, personal development, all of those kinds of things have truly made a difference in my life. Goals absolutely have changed my life. So step 1 is you've got to know what you want. Okay. So when I talk about setting goals, step 1 is you've got to know what you want. See, a lot of people, what they focus on is what they don't want. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this expense to come in. I don't want this medical issue. What they don't spend time doing is talking about what they do want. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship, finances, health, business, trading. They can say with trading, I hope it doesn't hit the stop loss. Again, they're focused on what they don't want. You got to be specific. And so what I tell people is if you want to increase your income, don't just say, I want to make more money. That's not specific enough because I could say, here's a quarter, here's $1, here's $10. You got to be specific. See, in my mind right now, I know exactly the amount of money that I want at some point for when I retire. Now, as far as retiring from life, that I'll never do. Now, there will come a point where I'm no longer doing business, but that doesn't mean that I'm not impacting and inspiring. So I know the exact amount that I need, that I desire. And because of that, I'm going to attract that into my life. Okay. So step 1 again is know what you want. Number 2 is you got to write it down. The reason why I say you got to write it down is because a goal that is not in writing is like smoke that drifts away and disappears. Okay. Writing a goal down, it imprints it into your memory and it increases the chance of actually accomplishing it. See, there's something, and there's a bunch of science behind this. I don't need to give you all the science behind it. Here's what the science says. It's very simple science without going to read a 5-page document. The science is this. When you write something down, instead of just thinking about it, the chances of it coming into your life increases tenfold. Okay. There is something that happens in the brain when you write something down. Not only do you remember the information more, but now it's in your awareness. You start to attract it in your life in every direction. Okay. So step 2 is you got to write it down. Don't just say, I'm a chairman. I'm a chairman. I'm a chairman, right? That's awesome. That's amazing. But you got to write it down, put a date on it, be thinking about it all the time. Step number 3 is you got to determine a deadline. Okay. No deadlines result in no goals achieved. See, a lot of times people say, I got this goal, but then they don't put a date to it. And then they wonder why it never comes to pass. Well, it doesn't come to pass in any date because you didn't put a date for it. A deadline serves as this subconscious force that gets you to take action. It creates accountability, personal accountability in our lives. All right. So you got to know when you want it. So this is something that I have done for myself. Now, one of the reasons why people don't set dates on goals is because they are afraid that they won't actually achieve it. They don't set the goals to begin with because they believe that they're not going to achieve it. Well, they certainly not going to put a date because now that means I actually got to do it by that date. Don't worry so much about you reaching it by that date. Sometimes things don't happen by the date that we set for ourselves. But the key is to set the date in the first place, believing that you will receive it by that date, that it's going to happen for you. So this is something I do with all of my goals is I do put a date on. Step 4 is you want to list the resources. So you got to identify the people the support, the knowledge, the skills, the tasks, like the things to-do list that you're going to need in order to accomplish these goals. This is one of the things that, like, you'll hear some people say, all you need to know is that you're going to get there. And while I do kind of agree with that, if you don't actually put the steps to make it happen, can you imagine Amazon, Walmart, Target, eBay, and stuff like that? Imagine those big companies just saying, we just know that we're going to get there. And that they have no Excel spreadsheets. They have no finance people. They have no visionaries, right? Can you imagine them just saying, hey, we're going to wing it. We just know we're going chairman. We just know that our trading account's going to be at this and this, right? They have specifics. They put together the people that they have to work with, the resources, the support, the knowledge, right? The tasks, the exact to-dos. Yes, you know that you're going to get there, but you got to have the date and you got to list these specifics, or else, honestly, it's probably not going to happen. Okay, now it could happen, but more than likely, probably not going to happen. Step 5 is you've got to organize and prioritize. This is really important. I believe that one of the reasons why that a lot of people aren't getting stuff done is because they don't actually prioritize the goals. What they're doing is low priority things, right? They're doing the easy stuff. They're taking the low hanging fruit. So what I do is I take the list that I have, the list of the goals, I put in highest priority. And this is actually what I do with my daily list as well, just so you know, as far as what I need to do each day. Organize a list into order of highest priority to lowest priority to determine what you should work on first. And that's why I say, don't focus on what's easy, focus on what's important. What's that revenue producing activity? Sometimes we're doing the easy stuff. Let me check my email. Let me check my text. Let me check my, my social media, my notifications, the comments. It's not that those things aren't important, but guess what? Sometimes they're less important. What's more important is to get a new enrollment. What's more important is to get your trading account where it needs to be. What's more important is to exercise, right? Is to put those things in order so that you prioritize the things that are most important. Because again, you're not going to get to those big goals that you say that you want for yourself if you're not putting them as priorities. Even if you say, I put that at the top of the list, but then you're working on low priority things, you'll never reach those big things. So the priorities, guys, is the most important part. Okay. Number 6, take immediate action. This is one of those things that sometimes, guys, you just got to launch. All right. You can't constantly be in this blueprint stage of life. Like, you could blueprint to death. People will literally come up with strategies and then they never execute the trades. They come out with the best workout program, best health and nutrition program, and they never actually do it, right? For me, I take immediate action on what it was that I set out to do, because there is no tomorrow. See, when people procrastinate, they're really holding themselves back. It is the fertilizer that makes difficulties grow. It is the thief of time. It is the thief of life. It's the thief of joy in our lives. All the plans in the world without action, they're just good ideas. Okay. So the reason why I say the action part is, guys, sometimes you just got to launch. You got to get it out there. You don't know what you need to fix unless you get it out. We can't wait until the phone, whatever kind of phone you have, is perfect. It's that they have to release it. They've got to take risk, and then they got to get the feedback of the people using the phone. Take immediate action when you set the goals, okay? Because what that's going to do is it's going to get you in motion every day, and then you can revise as you go. And the key is revise as you go, right? And then step 7 is daily progress. This part's really important because you got to be doing something every single day, okay? Do something every single day, working towards a goal. Even a single step in the right direction, it can get you closer to your goal than doing nothing. Okay. What's happened is people set the goal and then only once or twice a week, they're actually doing something towards a goal. You need to be doing something every day, whether it's the eating side, the trading side, the business side, the relationship side. The more action you take, the more results you will produce, the more motivated that you will feel. Okay. You're going to create these incredible emotions as you take progress. They're going to help you guys get to your goals. And this is why I say do something every day. See, we know that progress equals happiness. Okay. Progress equals happiness. It's hard to be stagnant and feel like you're very happy. Like, we can be grateful all day. Like, focus on gratitude. I'm all for that, right? Focus on gratitude. But guess what? Gratitude only goes so far. If we're not making progress and we are stagnant mentally, physically, business-wise, trading-wise, in a relationship, whatever it is, we're not going to feel very happy. We need to be making progress. So that daily progress is, I'm working towards a goal. Now, are you going to have setbacks? Of course. Are you going to get sick? Yeah, you might. You're going to have different issues come up. You're going to have things get in the way, right? You're going to have a business setback. Someone's going to quit and leave the team. You might have a bad trading day. You might get injured at the gym, and now that kind of sets you back. But you still know that the goal is going to come to pass, right? So step 7 is daily progress, okay? So I wanted to go back to this real quick. Number 1 is know what you want. Number 2 is write it down. Number 3 is determine a deadline, the date for it. Number 4 is to list the resources. Number 5, organize and prioritize. That one is super important. Step 6, take immediate action. Step 7 is daily progress. Guys, if you want this training today, I want you to go on the Instagram right now, hop into my DM, send me a message, let me know that you want the PDF in the video of this. I'm going to get this up and render it onto YouTube today. I'm going to give every single one of you, but I will not give it to you unless you go here, make the request. I want every one of you to get this copy, because I believe as you take action each and every day, as you take action and you continue to do everything that you can to get better and better every day, what will start to happen is that the goals you have for yourself are going to start happening one by one by one by one. I've said on so many trainings I do, every goal I'd set up to this point has all come to pass. All the dreams, all the goals I had, guess what? I have new ones now, right? Because it's about getting better. It's about making progress. But all the goals I had up to this point, all of them got achieved. Everything from the house, the cars, the wife, the kids, right? The material things, but then the spiritual, the health side, right? Continuing to work on those things all the time. I believe one by one that they will happen, because as you're consistent, as you're persistent, as you're focused, they will absolutely happen for you. That's my training today, guys. If you like the training, you got value, go ahead and put value inside the chat. Hope each and every one of you have an amazing Tuesday. We'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone.